we're fine. Yep, I can move.
Okay. Okay, we're starting.
Hello, our group volunteered at the Day Springs Emergency Shelter for the Women and Children for our Legacy project. So this place is open to its current residents 24/7. The intake hours for new clients are from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, as well as 1 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. They are located at Bowman Avenue here in Danville, Illinois. They have two websites. One is through the Danville Rescue Mission and a separate one for themselves. Their current director is Selena Jones. She's also an ordained minister. She works for the ministries at the Southside Church of the Nazarenes. She also works for Crosspoint Human Services, Project Success, and Crisis Senior Services. She has also been a juvenile detention officer as well.
Dayspring is part of a larger organization called the Danville Rescue Mission, which was founded in 1980. Dayspring is a new addition that was founded in 2017. Both organizations were founded by Reverend Jerry Jones and his wife Linda. The mission of Dayspring is to minister to the whole person, body, and soul. Their philosophy is because of the tender mercy of our God, by which the rising sun will come to us from heaven. The purpose of this organization is to assist women with hope, encouragement, and strength while experiencing struggles such as addiction, domestic violence, and poverty.
Day Springs often has a waiting list due to their limited space. The women do share the rooms with their children. Day Springs is also a nonprofit and funding from donations, grants, the community, and churches. In the area, the Second Church of Christ, Grace Community, the Vineyard, and Network for Good all help out with the funding and resources. Selena is the director. Renee is the house manager, and Loquita is the supervisor. Short and long-term options are available based off the client's needs.
The current residents who live at Day Springs have chores that they complete each day. All of the staff and residents are all very friendly and inviting. The home feels comfortable when you first walk through the door. The location is safe, and they provide security and cameras throughout the home 24/7. The location is off the highway, and there's signage outside that helps identify the homes from the others. There's bus services that are available to get from the home and to other places in the Danville area. The home offers transportation to church meetings. The local church offers bus passes to help mothers with daily errands and jobs, and Grace Community also offers bus passes to the women and children. If residents have absolutely no other means of transportation, the home van may be utilized for them.
Day Springs offers many services such as lodging, meals, clothing, laundry, toiletries. They also offer childcare and education for children. They offer classes for parenting, anger management, self-esteem, and addiction. iGrow and New Directions are the companies that offer the parenting classes. Day Springs serves all women and children that are afflicted by addiction, domestic violence, and poverty. They try to provide them with resources so they can get their life back on track. Women and children facing these troubles meet this criteria for service. They fill out an intake form when they come in, and there's certain things that they have to, rules they have to abide by and things they have to do to be able to stay there. The issue arises though that there are only 4 bedrooms available and there is a wait list at times. Currently there's not one at the moment. No fees are charged for services to these women and children. They were telling us that typically some of them come back after they've gotten their lives back on track, and they offer their services through donation or volunteering, things like that. Day Springs is a nonprofit, and they work off of donations from surrounding churches and independent people. This means that they can only provide services within their means. They currently serve 16 women and children at a time. So one thing that we did while we were there was they were making goodie bags, or not goodie bags, but bags to take out to people that had shampoo, conditioner, lotion, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, and they were all out of toothpaste. So we went and bought them just a bunch of toothpaste, and helped them finish these goodie bags for them.
Day Springs may benefit from volunteers who are certified in sexual abuse, mental health, and addiction counseling services. They do have a limited budget, so they would need more resources for clients that are staying there. Day Springs may have a future need for increased funding and an expanded space. With the facility expansion, Day Spring may be able to provide resources for more families and shorten their waiting list. The expansion will also allow for more in-house classes, such as Bible study and group meetings. Clients of Day Springs may benefit from affordable or free healthcare services and screenings, addiction rehabilitation, and continued education. Future goals for Day Springs include continuation of counseling services and education for women and children, community assistance programs, and growth in self-esteem. Areas of improvement for Day Springs include increasing marketing, initiating fundraisers, and implementing an Amazon wish list for supply donation opportunities. Family housings where mothers and fathers can live with children, and more resources to provide more help to clients dealing with mental health issues. When we met with the director, one of her big goals was to try to have a facility that would allow for families to be together. They often see many families where they're able to take the mother and the child, but the father or the son, if they're over the age of 12, they have to go elsewhere. They think that it will be a lot better for them to grow up in a household with their family to help them, in the future, and help them become a better person in life. So that was something that she wanted to see done, and I could see a great impact of having the household together.
Another thing we talked with them about too was one of the websites we were getting some of our information off of, they have no access to, they didn't set up. So we're going to do some more research to give them advice on creating a new website to where they can go in and put their own things and have their pictures of their director and their house supervisor. So then they can run this site and they can choose what's on there and then link it to their Facebook page.
Day Springs relates to nursing by providing basic needs to members of the community who are struggling with physical and mental health and a lack of resources due to living in poverty. Clients seeking refuge from domestic violence may need mental health counseling and to be assisted for physical injuries. Those who present for assistance with substance abuse may require health care if symptoms of withdrawal occur. For clients who have been living in poverty, they may be lacking health insurance and feel that they cannot go to the emergency room for needed care surrounding these issues. Battered women often go to the emergency room to report general medical complaints, sexual problems, depression, and anxiety at higher rates than women who do not live in a toxic situation.
Molly, this is you.
The director gave the morning group information about the organization and the goals they hope to accomplish. She also explained the intake process for the mother and child. The morning group interviewed the director, house supervisor, and some of the clients in the home. They described a lot about the history of the organization and its plans for the future. We were able to discuss issues that are going on throughout the community and ways they affect the shelter. In the recreational room, the morning group went through donated items from the community, and the clothing was organized based on seasons and clothing type. The items were folded and hung up, and clients of the shelter can purchase these items. Items not needed for the shelter will be donated to a secondhand shop. The afternoon group also interviewed the director, house supervisor, and clients in the beginning of the time in the shelter. This group spoke with the director about ways to increase the marketing, have a better social media presence to raise awareness of the shelter. After this was done, the group split into two. One group assisted a resident with making those toiletry bags for the shelter and the mission that Jackie had mentioned, and the other group assisted with moving donations to their designated areas. We also helped change over clothing from summer to fall, go through more donated items, and compile a list of past and current residents, their contact information, and where they are now so the shelter can attempt to check in on them. These services allow the director and house supervisor to focus on other tasks throughout the day they had been pushing off instead of focusing on donations and other time-consuming tasks. If others would like to volunteer, the shelter asks that they call first due to COVID-19. Donation of money, food, and clothing are also welcome. Donation drop-offs should also be scheduled.
And then these are just some pictures. This is our morning group, which consisted of Twyla, Tessa, and Tiana, and that cute little baby at the end. And this is our afternoon group. That was Levi, Christine, Molly, and me. These are our references. That's it.
Okay, thank you.